We read in Genesis chapter 37, verses 3 and 4, "Now Israel loved Joseph more than any other of his children, because Joseph was the son of his old age and also of his beloved wife, Rachel. And when his brothers saw that their father loved Joseph more than his brothers, they hated Joseph and could not speak peaceably to him." Once again, the family of God is in turmoil because someone is playing favorites. Jacob, whose name has been changed to Israel after his wrestling match with God that we spoke about last week, has now settled with his large family in the land of Canaan, and all seems to be going well. He has many children, and his crops and his cattle, they're all flourishing. He is now enjoying the fulfillment of God's promises to his ancestors. All should be well, but it's not. Like his parents before him, Jacob, who is now called Israel, is playing favoritism with his children, his sons. He loves his son Joseph most of all, and he does not hesitate to show it. The elaborate robe he gives to Joseph sets Joseph apart from and above all of his brothers. It is an outward sign of Israel's favoritism. Joseph did not ask for that special attention, but he certainly seems to be capitalizing on it. Joseph wears the robe with pride. He is a tattletale, and he's not shy about sharing with his family the dreams that he has about his ascendancy over them. This story gives us another opportunity to reflect on our own families. Have we seen parents who blatantly show favoritism to some of their children? Have we been singled out as the favorite in the family? Have we felt the hurt of Joseph's brothers in the story, knowing that we are less favored by our parents? Taking this story beyond the realm of families, do we see favoritism in our own culture today? Are we among the privileged to whom society has given a colorful robe? Or do we watch as others receive what seems like special treatment while we are overlooked and undervalued? What kind of strife arises in the family of God because some are lifted above others? Although the story of Joseph and his colorful coat is the subject of musicals, vacation Bible school curricula, there is much about the story that is tragic. And today's text ends in a horrifying way. Most of Joseph's brothers hate him enough to kill him. And in the end, they sell him into slavery. They are content never to lay eyes on Joseph ever again. A deeper tragedy of the story is that underneath their behavior, what all the brothers want is simply to be loved. Joseph's brothers are hurt and angry because their father does not love them as much as Joseph. And in his own way, Joseph longs to be loved by his brothers. We see Joseph wandering in the fields of Shechem and telling a stranger, "I'm seeking out my brothers. Do you know where they are?" What if we looked at one another in our nuclear families and throughout the family of God and recognized that deep longing to be loved and to feel that we belong? What if we remembered that God, unlike Jacob or Rachel or Isaac or Rebekah or Abraham and Sarah and many of our own parents, that God does not play favorites, but loves each one of us completely and intimately? How might that affect how we treat our brothers and sisters in the family of God? As we watch Joseph and his brother's story unfold, we become witnesses to God's amazing love given to each and every member of Joseph's family. And watching them discover God's love and God's protection and God's provision, that should encourage us that we are just as loved, just as watched over, just as provided for by the only one that matters, and that is God alone. This is a story of good news. Amen.